Hey everyone, so I wanted to talk about envy today, or for this video. And envy is something that's been coming up for me lately. I mean, it's always kind of crept up in my life from time to time. But this time I'm really shedding a light on it. I really want to see what it's all about. And realizing now also that it's nothing to be ashamed of. It's something everyone experiences, and it's just part of being human. So if you are feeling envy, it's okay. And I know there's a difference between jealousy and envy, but I really just want to talk about envy. And for me, envy is seeing or observing another person and feeling like I want that and I don't have that, right? So it's like that feeling of lack. Maybe it's feeling like you're not good enough to have that. At least like when I really look at myself or really notice my emotions, I have that feeling of, yeah, I'm not good enough to have that. And it's just like, it's such a sinking feeling. But I feel like envy is a great gift in a lot of ways because it really does give us the opportunity to realize what we really want. Because if we didn't want that thing, we wouldn't feel envious. So therein lies the gift of envy. It's an emotion that's indicating to you that thing that you want. So for example, right now it's summertime and a lot of people are traveling, and this is why this has come up for me so much, and I've been doing a lot of journal writing around it. A lot of people are traveling, and that's something that I really want, and I'm not able to do that at this moment. So I just, feel so envious at times. So I really wanted to look at it. So I'm going to share some things from my journal that I've been writing about, and hopefully can help you if you're experiencing envy. Again, nothing wrong with it. So I did a little research on YouTube, and I follow Teal Swan, the spiritual catalyst. She gave such a great process for, I think it's for jealousy and envy. So she talks about both. And she challenges us to do an abundance game. So I'm going to share some of that with you here. So some of the things that you can ask yourself are, well, no, let me take a step back. Firstly, what I would suggest to do is acknowledge the envy and ask yourself, okay, so what do I want? What do I want? Then ask yourself, why do I want it? Really make sure that you want that thing, right? Make sure it's not some kind of like illusion. Really dig deep and ask yourself, why do I want it? What are the emotions that I want to feel? Once you do that, she asks, how do I actually have that thing in my life that I think I'm lacking? So try to see that thing that you think you're lacking. How does it appear in your life? Just try and focus on it a little bit. For me, let's say I have traveled a little bit. Like I've gone upstate. I've gone away some weekends. So there has been some travel. And if I hadn't asked myself that question, I would have still been in that state of like, I'm not getting to travel. It's not fair. Why? Why not me? That type of thing. That's not pleasant. So that's a really good question to ask yourself. So I would suggest to ask yourself that. Let's see, another thing is, affirming and accepting your feeling. This is really important because you really don't want to reject your feeling, because that's rejecting yourself or a part of yourself. And, that's just not very loving. And we should, always allow all of our parts to speak up, because they are giving us messages. So what's another one? I think I did a process on limiting beliefs. So yeah, that's a good one actually. What are some of your limiting beliefs around the subject? You know, what are some of the beliefs that you hold that you feel are blocking you from having that thing? Some of the things that I wrote down was I can't have it all. You know, I can't like have an apartment here in New York and travel. So this is something that I have acknowledged that goes through my mind when I think about traveling. Another thing I wrote is I need others to help and assist me. So these are blocking me from having all the things that I want. So just acknowledge your limiting beliefs and then transform them. So what are your ideal beliefs, right? So it would be the opposite. And mine would be, you know, I can do things alone. I can do things on my own. Or I can have it all. And then you want to look for evidence for that. Times in your life where you did make that stuff happen, where you did have it all. Really allow yourself to like just free write and just write as much as you can. You know, a really good, I did a video on this a while back, is thinking about all the times you made shit happen. So really think about your life. It doesn't matter how old you are, whether you were 5 or 25. Think about those pinnacle points, those times where you had a goal and you made it happen no matter what it took. You could do it again. That's a very powerful writing process that I do when I'm feeling kind of low. Another thing that Teal Swan, the spiritual catalyst, shares with us, which I found very powerful, is stop comparing yourself to other people. Especially like on Facebook, because everyone looks like they're having such a great time on Facebook. You don't know what people are going through. You really just don't. You know, I know when I was traveling a couple years ago, I had like, a couple $100 left in my bank account. I didn't know what I was going to do. Nobody saw that on Facebook. Everything worked out, of course, but, you could never tell what I was really going through if you were just looking at my Facebook account. So just, take that into account. Everybody's different. Everyone's got their own journey. So it's really unfair for you to compare yourself to another person. It's just unfair. You're just being unfair to yourself. So rather than compare yourself to another person, the spiritual catalyst Teal Swan says, compare yourself to a prior self and see all the ways in which you have improved. And that's another writing process that you can do. Actually, I did this all twice. You don't have to do that, but I found these steps to be very powerful. And then really acknowledging and writing. I mean, this should be a daily process, if not almost daily. What are you grateful for? Because if you are not aware about what you're grateful for, you're just going to be jealous and envious of other people just all the time, because you're not noticing your own abundance and your own wealth, which comes in many forms and not just in the money form, in your life, and you'll just feel like a victim. I mean, I'm sure people can relate to that, feeling like a victim, like things happen for other people but not me. Well, yes, things do happen for you, you're just not noticing it. So what is the story that you're telling yourself? It's a story, it's a perspective. So you choose what you're going to say to yourself. And she shares some other things. I will put a link at the bottom of this so you can see her process, but those are the parts that I felt were most resonating and powerful, and they're parts that I've taken and done many times. She has 8 parts and she does it a little differently, but I just wanted to share my version. If you want to check out hers, you should do so. So that's about it for envy. And I think that's it for now. So have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.